Yeah, man.
The red light is on. Do not adjust your phones, your iPads, your TV sets, your computers. Yes, the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast is back. Yes, we took a week off last week to regroup because we are still on the road to WrestleMania. We are just over 2 weeks away. And fellas, I must admit, WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas is starting to heat up. I've already forgotten what WrestleMania was about last year. And you know what? Based off the tension that is going on in the world, we might be setting up WrestleMania for next year, but we're not going to jump the gun because we are here right now. And Brian H. CM
Mm.
Punk finally gets his hands on Roman Reigns. Brothers, there's been a lot of pre-WrestleMania action going on. This seems pretty different than what we're used to when it comes to pre-WrestleMania season. We've got new champions, we've got new signings, we've got so much going on, and we did miss week, but it's okay because we are back now. And brothers, buckle your seatbelts because we're going to catch up on everything as we continue on the road to WrestleMania. Let's get it.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yes! What you gonna do? 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 What you gonna do?
Woo! Pretty good woo. Welcome to the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast, where we take a deeper dive into the world of professional wrestling. Now, I'm your host, yours truly, the realness, the real Dwayne Allen, and I am in the building. And he is your host, Mr. Super Producer, Brother Hugh, has the third A to the A to the S, C to the H to the 3 to the R to the D is in the building. And he is your host, not just any guy, but the custom guy, the belt king, Brandon, the guy. He may or may not be in the building. You have to stick around to find out. And he is your host, the man, the myth, the legend, the heart and soul, the founder, the man who discovered us all. And still in 2026, Mr. Steele, your goddamn show.
Hollywood!
Brian H. Waters is in the building. Brothers, we're back for another episode of the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast. And this is not just any episode. I mean, usually this is what's throwing us off. Let's address the elephant in the room. Let's just go ahead. This is supposed to be either WrestleMania weekend or the week before WrestleMania. But WrestleMania this year, it happens to be slightly later than usual. So this is kind of throwing off our personal algorithms. I keep it up to date in 2026. It's throwing off our personal algorithms because it's like we kind of hold ourselves back because it's like, oh wait, we got a few more weeks. We have just over 2 weeks. And like I said, we are on the road to WrestleMania. And brothers, it is heating up. I need to hear what you guys have to say, is because we took last week off to handle some business and we are back, and so much has happened. So much has happened in literally 14 days. And we are here, and we're going to slow pace this. We're going to keep the energy up, but we're going to take our time. We're going to address all of these things because this is exactly what we do. We are the Wrestling Wrealm. We bring a level of superior pro wrestling intellect to the masses so we can educate those who may not be as familiar with this pro wrestling space the same way we are, because guess what? You probably grew up on it and you enjoyed it as a kid. But guess what? We are here to give you a space to enjoy it as adults and whatever age group you fall into. So, good brothers, without that being said, how are you guys feeling? We're back again, man. We missed a week, but we are here. How's everybody feeling?
Awesome. Good.
That was very Miz-like of you to say awesome. So, you got your inner Miz going on.
No. What you're not going to do is
You got
bury
Daniel Bryan.
the real lead. Do you know what we're doing today?
No, Brian H. Please indulge.
Do you
What are we
know
doing today?
that we have literally 1 hour and 12 minutes until it's the greatness of the real Dwayne Allen's birthday.
Me? Me?
I will admit I am a terrible
I didn't
brother
notice.
because I'm usually up to date and I'm usually the one who knows, and it dawned on me. Look, I've been too busy trying to duck all these stupid foolishness known as April Fools. Like I almost kicked somebody out of a group chat earlier. Like, bro, we're not doing that today.
You kicked somebody out of a group chat? Is that what you just said?
Well, I didn't. My sister Renee threatened.
Nope, hold on.
Hollywood.
I'm sorry. He's not getting away with that one.
Very heelish.
Shout out to Brandon, Be Well Media. He wanted to come up with the April Fools, and I said, "Bro, really? What are we 12?"
So you kicked somebody out of a group because of April Fool's joke.
said-
God
she
damn.
Hollywood.
I mean, the brother said he was fired. Like, y'all
Oh, okay.
fired.
Okay. That's a
And
little
I'm
intense.
sitting there like, yeah, like, bro, don't.
It's a little intense. Because
So-
you all probably started to say things that you probably shouldn't have said. Hold on.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh boy.
Yeah, so my bad. And I just realized as you start talking and you're doing your great monologue, like, oh, this dude, because I know you, he wasn't gonna say nothing.
Not
But
at
yeah,
all.
everybody
You
in
knew I
the
was
chat.
not going to
Gonna
mention.
let it slide.
Bro, I was going to try to get through the entire show without even acknowledging. I'm talking like the reverse end of Roman Reigns. You know how he tries to get you to acknowledge? I was like, okay, nobody said anything, so let's just skate on through and let's focus on Mania. But okay,
No,
fine.
we're celebrating both. It hit me, you know what? Because I was thinking about WrestleMania 37.
Mhm.
No, 38. And how was your birthday? And I was like, when you said normally we would be at WrestleMania right now, and I was like, yeah, we would, and you would be celebrating a birthday.
Mhm.
It's funny how I just happened to skip that detail, but yes, that's true. The realness may or may not be possibly turning a year older in about, I don't know, probably now. Now, those who are listening on playback, it's if you listen to this any other time after the live show, you can wish me happy birthday as many times as you want. So if you watch this, if you listen to this 3 years from now, that's fine. Text me. You can say, hey man, it's an older show, but hey, it is what it is. But you know, yes, this
Says
is
the person who don't give out their phone number easily.
I'm a
Right.
very private person. Everybody knows that. It's okay.
That's
But for
what's so
those,
funny.
but for those that do know me and you would like to text, I'm available on Facebook. We post the show on there too.
Mhm.
See, it works out because I even put the show on Facebook this week, I think, instead of Twitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I just tweeted it out, so now the world really knows.
oh, thanks, Brian H. I appreciate that for telling the world that yes.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. I'll let
See, here-
Brother Hugh songs.
But he's like, he's not poor. See, here's the thing. This is usually how I celebrate my birthday. It's usually WrestleMania weekend. It's like it's easy because it's like, okay, well, I don't have to do anything. It's because it's Mania. This is a holiday for me, and you get to celebrate too. For the last couple of years, it's been a lot of ice cream. Very childish. I feel like if you do childish
Don't throw
things,
up.
no, you might DH backwards, kind of like the Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I'm not sure yet. I don't think I'm getting younger, but it was worth like, you know what? Do I have to be super adultish about this? How about we get some ice cream? How about we get some junk food? How about we just watch some WrestleMania? It didn't get any better than that. Now the WrestleManias this year is towards the end of the month, and probably for good reason. But man, there's a lot going on. Including, hold on, this is the best part because Brian H. I know you're a bloodline guy. CM Punk, I say it again. He got his hands on Roman Reigns. He got his hit back. He came out of his shirt in New York City mad. You thought he was going to pass up a chance. First of all, both of them are glory hounds because if there was going to be any night for both of them to show up again, it was going to be at Madison Square Garden. I always say like Jackie Chan from Rush Hour 2. I always dreamed to Square Garden. Remember the bloopers? He was trying to
Right.
I always dreamed to Madison. I tried to say the word. So shout out to Jackie Chan. I know he listens to the show. Good friend of the program, Jackie. But yes, if you know, CM Punk finally got his hands on Roman Reigns. So that is the main event of our show tonight. Is because, and it's not just. Let me explain, fellas. I know you're probably like, it's becoming a little bit redundant. It's because every week it's either Roman Next week it's CM Punk. Next week is over Femi. Then it's kind of a Brock Lesnar over Femi, and now we're back to CM Punk. This is one of the main events of WrestleMania, and there's certain subtleties that are happening in less than 2 weeks that kind of cater to something that, to me, we have not seen before. Not to mention, I have a hot take about why so many pro wrestling fans may or may not be so big of a fan of Triple H and how he's putting together the shows. But we have to admit, brothers, the build to WrestleMania has been quite different than usual. And to the casual wrestling fan, they're probably saying to themselves, well, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Luckily, they have the Wrestling Wrealm, because we are going to break down many of the different subtleties of what we were used to seeing in the previous regime to kind of how Triple H and his regime is kind of evolving. It's never the same, if you guys notice. Now, we're pretty routine. Brian H has a holiday schedule that he does when it comes to WrestleMania. At a certain point in time, he begins to watch all his WrestleManias, and then he not only does he watch all his WrestleManias, this is WrestleMania marathon, and then he gets into specific matches and moments to kind of, that's how he, gets himself, into WrestleMania mode. Because for us, this is a holiday. But if you've noticed, the last couple of years, Brother Hugh, Triple H it seems like it's been different every single year. I do not remember the road to WrestleMania being this rather explosive and changing so much. And that's why we're here tonight. We're going to have that conversation, and it's going to play into the main event of CM Punk getting his hands on Roman Reigns. I don't remember a moment where a main event of WrestleMania, guys have gotten their hands on each other so much. But there's a lot to get into. So trust me, you're in for a good shot. I know we were missing last week, but trust me, if you guys dial in, you're going to appreciate everything we want to have a conversation about. But with that being said, let's just jump right into what we do best, and let's get this show on the road. Now, with that being said, celebrating WrestleMania, we're also celebrating a 15th year anniversary of the Wrestling Wrealm. Plus, yes, for 15 years we have been doing this. For 15 years we have been discussing this road to WrestleMania, and this year is no different. This is why WrestleMania 42 is extremely special for us, is because this is going to be the WrestleMania in our 15th year anniversary. We just recently we got nominated for something, and I don't have it. Brian gave it to me, and I didn't post it to social media. That's my fault. But the Wrestling Wrealm is still trudging along. We're still doing pretty good things, and we're going to take this year to reflect. We've been celebrating all year, but we will continue to celebrate as the year goes. Closer to the summertime, so when things kind of really took off for us, man, we're gonna really take a deep dive into our origin, where we came from, some of the things we've done before. For those that may not be as familiar with what we've done the last 15 years, you know what I mean? We're definitely going to take a retro look back and just celebrate all the fun times, all that we've done, and then preview some things that we are looking forward to coming up in the future. But like I said, if for those that may not be as familiar with who we are and what we've done, you can catch up in about 30 seconds. So there you have it. You guys, you know what I've noticed after watching that quick clip of all the shenanigans and things we've been into since what was it, Brian? It's 2011 when we got started?
Yes, sir.
2011. Since 2011. You guys, I've noticed something in particular, and I'm sure you guys noticed it too, because we've all been there. Like I said, I know brother, he was someone that has been there since day one, maybe day two. And I say day two is because if he was there day one, he would have never allowed me to wear my hat the way I did in season one. But it's cool though. We're going to get into all that in due time. But I've noticed something. For 15 years, I've been wearing a hat. I don't think anybody's ever seen the top of my real hair.
I don't even think you have like a head under there. It's just hat.
It's just
like
hat,
a cartoon character, right?
I get that vibe though. I've been told that once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things about me that people don't believe is real. I was being called AI before AI was like, like open AI, and the rich guys started buying it. But yeah, I said I've been wearing a hat for 15 years. For 15 years, I've been on camera and I've worn a hat. But I'm looking forward to taking a look back. That's going to be fun. So join us on our celebration, but it's another celebration we got to get to. So with that being said, let's get this show started the correct way. So we're going to ask our co-hosts, Apollo Creed and Rocky Balboa, to do us the ceremonious honors. And to this day, I still don't know or have not taken the time to figure out if ceremonious is a real word. But I'm going to ask them to help us get this show started by ringing the bell. Gentlemen.
Want to ring the bell? Ding, ding.
Every week on the Wrestling Wrealm Now podcast, we do a segment called What Did You Watch? Now, what is the point of this segment? What exactly is What Did You Watch? I'll tell you what it is. I'm glad you asked. I do that a lot. Well, What Did You Watch is an opportunity for the brothers to catch up on what we've kind of gotten into this week. We get a chance to, as you know, contrary to popular belief, we watch other things besides the WWE, even though that's the bread and butter, but it's okay. But we watch so much, we consume so much pro wrestling to get our minds and our hearts prepared to have these deep conversations, but we don't always get a chance to catch up on it. So we decided to do it publicly. We come on the show and we catch up on all the pro wrestling content we've consumed and we discussed it. So without further ado, I bring to you all What Did You Watch, brought to you by good friends at SeatGeek. If you're looking to purchase tickets to concerts, live shows, sporting events, and more, head over to SeatGeek.com where you can use our promo code Wrestling Wrealm for any one-time purchase of $50 or more. That's promo code Wrestling Wrealm on any one-time purchase of $50 or more. Good brothers, what did you watch? Shout out to Brian H. who use our code, SeatGeek code, to go to Orioles Day opening day. Shout out to brand new emails. Anyways, so
and we won.
Only one. Nice. That is true. That was such a beautiful day. I wish I could have been there. But we're here now. So, brothers, what did you watch? We missed a week, man. We missed a week. And so much has happened. And I'm like, this is going to be a rather intense show because I'm sure there's a lot of things that kind of transpired that I'm sure we all have 2 cents on. Just the 2 cents so we can talk about ourselves.
Yo,
what did you guys get into this week? I can tell you what I didn't watch it, but I have news I want to kind of put out there.
I'm excited. I'm intrigued.
I'm just public. Nothing. It's nothing new. I just want to publicly celebrate the Good Brothers winning the first ever Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Oh, my boys did it. I'm sorry. This is for you, Brian H.
I know y'all saw him on the flip.
Come on, man. Why you bringing up old stuff?
You showed this, and Jimmy was like this. Jay pointed out
the shenanigans. Yes, man. My boys, the Good Brothers, still winning tag team championships globally around the world. I think that was Ring of Honor Global Wars in Toronto. Well, not Toronto. No, I don't want to say Toronto.
Beautiful belts, by the way.
Yes, aren't they? And who better to hold them than the hottest tag team not signed to any major pro wrestling organization? My boys, the Good Brothers. But I just want to put that out there. But that's just it seemed like the best way for me to start the show. How about you guys? How did you guys been feeling about the pro wrestling landscape? Brother Hugh was making some statements earlier about AEW, and Brian H kind of seemed bothered by it. I'm not going to bring that up, but it's okay.
Well, I am, because he got mad because one Mr. Chris Jericho came back, and I put it in the chat, and he was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! What about a warning text?" Well, that was the warning text. You know what I'm saying?
No, you ruined wrestling like twice this week.
That was the warning
What
text.
you mean? It was only once,
Bro. When you said that Jada won, you was like, about time she won a match. I knew who else was you talking
I didn't
about?
say her name,
bro. I knew
it could have
who
been
you
anybody.
Nah,
It could
you
have been
wouldn't have said
anybody.
that about nobody else because you deemed yourself you deemed yourself the Jada Parker hater on the show just because.
Well, look, I don't care because look, you should have been at the show anyway. You was near. You should have been there.
Feel like it.
Player hit his balls full in effect.
Right. Talk all that smack and was right there and didn't go.
I was working elsewhere and I just didn't feel like I was tired. I'm human. But I will say this.
The Glizzy.
Wow.
The Nathans.
No.
All beef.
Kosher beef.
I was thinking about you last night, brother Hugh.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And I was watching
It's gonna be one of those shows.
Kane's biography.
Oh boy, that's your guy.
Yeah, and I was just like, yo, this dude is really a better in-ring worker than Undertaker.
Look,
Okay. All right, fellas.
thank you. Come on, bro.
Ladies
Like,
and we had a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're gonna see you next week. Brian H is clearly he's not okay right now.
no lies told.
I was like, I enjoyed his matches. The fact, no, because the versatility.
Absolutely.
Okay, you want to throw him in there with a cruiserweight. You want to throw him in there with a heavyweight.
That's the only time you guys have agreed like this early.
Exactly. It's scary.
Yeah, like I was like, man, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Undertaker's bad. Like, Undertaker can work, obviously, and he did have an aura. I may not have him in my top 10.
What did he do to you? This is the second week we got this brigade against the look at brother. He's feeding into it. Last week he was like,
that's right.
Now he's like, nah, I'm loving what you're saying about this.
Yeah, but I was sitting there thinking like that's gonna be on the rundown on the so people can jump right to the section. But
oh boy,
I was just really sitting there. I was like, and I told P, I said, yo, Kane's a better worker than Undertaker. And she looked at me like,
you guys are insane.
Now you think about it. I said, just like I said, the versatility. You know what I mean? Like the way I love the way he jumps over the ropes better. His
athleticism,
his athleticism. That's the word.
Athleticism.
Yeah,
oh man, as a big man, I told you, possibly the best big man out there ever to do it.
He's in the conversation. Respectfully.
Yeah,
he's definitely.
I like the way he was wishing, like on Twitter the other day, like Kane and Glenn Jacobs were having a conversation with each other, which I was very intrigued. I thought that was it was on the Undertaker's birthday, I think.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah, you know, and I was like, okay, you know, I know people, you know, Glenn Jacobs is a whole very nice person now. But
the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, by the way.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But I was as I'm scrolling through it, I was like, oh, this is hilarious. And so yeah, shout out to Kane. He don't get enough props.
You don't, not at all. Wow.
I will say this
Kane propaganda is coming from, but this is intriguing.
I'm gonna just go to this last statement.
Mm-hmm.
Warzone. When Warzone came out, how the detail, because like the way he would do his tombstone and hold your arms out, and it made it such a difference that it wasn't like just a copy paste. You know what I mean? And that's what I had appreciated about that and Attitude, you know, because those are my favorite versions. More so the Warzone, like that very first version of Kane is my favorite. Like the outfit, you know, even when he was getting ready for First Blood and he wore both arm sleeves. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and it made me wonder,
how you gonna say that he wore both arm sleeves so nobody would know it was the Undertaker at some point for the gimmick? That's cool.
This is the funny part about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, the first time he did it, it was like, it was around First Blood, leading into Fully Loaded, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second time Undertaker did it, it was a time where you didn't realize because you were so engulfed in Vince McMahon crying about the bear and the house that you didn't realize. You just seen Kane show up and Vince pleading to him. And then once Undertaker took off the mask, and it was like, oh, duh, his hair's longer. He's wearing both sleeves when he had stopped wearing both sleeves. But that was the joy of the that too. That was the joy of the Attitude Era. Like, I am so grateful there was no such thing as social media. And I'm so grateful that I was in middle school, high school during this time, because it was water cooler talk. Come to school, bother Brother Hugh for the results because I didn't have cable.
Yeah, the struggle times, man. Look what this made you stronger. Struggle. I made you struggle, brother.
I thought my parents like you because you always put things in perspective.
So listen to me, man. That's what I'm here to do. You understand? That's what I'm here to do.
I needed cable, man.
Here's the thing. Listen, I feel for you. Like I don't take that as a joke. I can't imagine not having cable during that time period. It's funny you mention that. And this is once again, we have in true Wrestling Wrealm fashion. I hope we get out of here on time because it's not looking like it, brothers. Two things
We're
you mentioned.
celebrating happy birthday to you, buddy.
Oh, okay,
Right.
well, I appreciate that. You find a way to keep bringing it up. It's okay. So I'm glad somebody cares that much. You mentioned something when you talked about. I don't know if you've noticed this or not, Brian H. And you too, brother Hugh. If you've been noticing this on Twitter lately, but I'm seeing a lot of Attitude Era like clips. I don't know if it's because it's WrestleMania season, but I'm hearing a lot of people say things like, "Man, look, this is what," like making comments like wrestling peaked 25 years ago, and then they're showing like, Attitude Era stuff. You know what I mean? Jokingly, the years and stuff like that. But I'm like, man, is this how people really feel? We have been in our space forever because we're pro wrestling fans. We've never gone away. Audiences have come and gone, but it's like, man, there's this contingent that's out there that's saying like, this is as good as it was ever going to be. This is the era. The generation that grew up on the golden era of the 80s is not fading. They're just not so present socially when it comes to social media. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not the largest voice publicly anymore. Are you guys seeing that as well? That you're seeing a lot of, like, I don't want to say millennials, but I guess, you know what I mean, in that space, saying like, hey man, this was as good as it was ever going to get. This is the best era. Have you guys been peeping game to that lately? Or maybe is it just me?
I've never really paid attention to it.
I'm
But
telling
now
you,
I'm definitely going to keep an eye out now.
Oh yeah, go if you just scroll on, whatever, like, how you got your own algorithm set up on your Twitter, whatever accounts, the stuff you use that have majority of your wrestling stuff on it. It's just something I noticed. And another thing, we've never asked. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm tripping, Brian H. We have never asked Brother Hugh what is his very, very, very favorite version of Kane. Have we ever asked him this before? I don't remember if we did or not.
No.
How could we have not done this? We have to do this right now. Brother Hugh, you're on the spot. What is Brian is I don't know what Undertaker did to him or if he did show off or something, but this is, you've been making some pretty rebellious when it comes to the dead man. And then, Brother Hugh's feeding into it today. Before, last week, 2 weeks ago, he was against you. Now he's like, oh, you mentioned Kane. That's exactly what I'm saying. But I'm like, Brother Hugh, what was his favorite version of Kane?
There's only one version to like, to really love. And
Okay.
that's the very first version.
All right. Now, why is that? Is that just because it's the first version, or is that just where all your memories are attached to? Because you've never stopped liking Kane.
Well, yes, my memories are attached to that for sure. But if you think about it, he was one of the most mysterious characters at that time. He made
Very
you
much so.
want to figure out what he was about at that time. He didn't talk. You couldn't see his face, so you couldn't see like what mood he was in.
Sure.
Literally, he came out, he did what he had to do, and he rolled out. He put in work and walked away. You knew when he was mad because that fire would blow off.
Yeah, randomly.
Right?
Like, oh,
He did it on Raw multiple times. When he got mad, pretty much interfered in every match. Come out just creating chaos everywhere. So you knew when he was really, really mad. But the thing is that like that captivated me was just the mysteriousness of him. You could never figure out his next move because you couldn't read his facial expressions. You couldn't, he didn't give you too many movements. He was kind of stiff, but when he got in the ring, he was able to go.
Yeah, that was the scary part about Kane, because he would be standing there really stoic. He was really just like a statue, just not. And then as soon as he would flip, the head turn that he got from his dog, as he says,
right.
And then all of a sudden, that first punch, you were like, "Oh my goodness, he moves kind of fast." And then it was very explosive. Like, it's nobody 6'10" should be moving that quick with that side.
At all.
So, no, yeah, this
I feel like he was the first giant to move that fast. Like now, we would later see, Paul White kind of move a little fast, not as fast as Braun Strowman, who was like a bullet. But I feel like Kane was like the first one to like really like get after it, even more than Undertaker.
You might be right about that. Because when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you're probably right. I don't remember a time where Undertaker ever came out working fast. He always started, like, he would have fast movements, but he always like worked slow and methodically, versus Kane would, like, you'd be like, oh shoot, he'd be standing there 1 second and to just explode and just be moving. You like, whoa. So I think you got a point there, Brian H. That's dangerous. That's
Brother
amazing.
Very
Hugh loved
dangerous.
Kane so much he named his middle school crush Kane.
Yeah, you
No,
want
that was yours.
because you skipped that. You skipped it a couple of times. We have talked about that quite a few times on the show since we're getting personal. You okay, no, it's cool. I can tell by the look on your face. He's
I mean,
cheesy. No,
hey,
your
man.
face was red, like you blushed. I'm
Jesus.
describing your look on your face, so just in case people are listening and not watching, Brother Hugh's
Hey, look,
face is turning extremely
Apple
red. at
and
this point.
Spotify got video. Watch the
Okay.
video of the show.
Apple and Spotify have video. We're gonna go just in case. Okay, Brother Hughes is.
Hey, shout out
you
to
huh?
Heavyweight Radio in the building. Adrian.
Okay, look, we have
What's
guests.
going on? Right.
We have people. It's okay.
Kane was Rasheed Wallace.
Wow.
Hey, that's actually
That's
a
pretty
pretty
accurate.
good analogy, right?
One last Kane question, Brother Hugh. One last Kane question.
Comparison.
How did you
Mhm.
feel when he got demasked? When he went from being, different versions of Kane masked, and then all of a sudden he was extremely different. Did you adjust to it okay?
When he first
No.
did it,
Oh,
I remember watching it. I remember exactly
Okay.
where I was. I was just like, look, okay, this is what we got. Because I was a young boy, young pup still, and I'm just like hearing the stories about his face is
Face is
disfigured,
burnt,
this, that,
yep.
whatever.
Mhm.
Right. And then he has a regular face. We didn't put two and two together right away that, it's psychological, it's in his mind,
Oh boy,
Whatever,
that's
whatever.
when we got deep. Yeah.
But yeah, right. I was okay with it, especially
Mhm.
through Slow Chemical Kane. And then we got to like corporate Kane and all of that. And I'm just like,
I like how you know how you got it mapped out of all your eras. That's fun. I like that. So
right. I'm good.
He
Okay.
married Lita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's cool. Well, you know who didn't like it? His wife did, because come to find out, when he cut his hair, it never grew back. It's okay. But I just want to get that.
Right.
Let's get that off our chest. Like I said, it's some other things happening in the world of pro wrestling. Ricky Sosa signs with TNA Wrestling. I don't have a graphic for it, but it still makes good conversation. How do you guys like this move by TNA to kind of say let's lock this kid in? Because I have some theories, but I want to hear what everybody else has to say first.
I'm excited about it. It's a big time promotion, and he'll be on WWE TV soon. So
Okay, all right. So we're on the same room. Okay, we're on the same room. How about you, Brian H? Are we still the same room? Should we address it, or we just okay? Let's just address it. It's clearly a WWE moment. Hey man, y'all need to sign him. And I say this is why. And you guys chime in, please do. When everybody who like stuck around with TNA through new management, like all of a sudden left and showed up on AEW, because when you show up in AEW, that's kind of you draw your line in the sand at that point. You're like, okay, I'm done. So, but when everybody quit, like Steph DeLander and her husband and the Iconics left, the Inspiration, I was like, why is it that like the regular folks, it's like TNA looks like a developmental brand now. You know what I mean? It's like they're only signing new talent. Like they want fresh talent, you know what I mean? That they can cultivate. And he is, I mean, he went viral. You know what I mean? And Mark Henry had already given his thumbs up, and because that's, we didn't know Mark Henry's been recruiting for the WWE for years. And you know what I mean? He shows up when TNA has a pretty decent showing, and then now, then he was kind of getting booked everywhere. I'm not saying he wasn't being booked previously, but it became public information to our community that Ricky Sosa was starting to pop up everywhere. And then TNA goes, let's lock this dude. And I was like, yep, who else thinks that's a WWE move? Because it's only a matter of time.
To be honest,
I
hope it's not though, because I hope, because we've been saying before that TNA needs some new blood. They need some superstars over there. So I hope he's able to stay in TNA for a little while and really build his character work and just right.
I think he could be a major player for TNA in a couple of years.
100%. He can be champion.
I think so too. Like, because he is very popular, very young. Like he's technically just getting started, and for him to be like it's like cool. He's the AEW used to do it all the time. That's how they got Danhausen. You know what I mean? Like Danhausen went viral not one weekend, but like he was an underground guy, and it was almost like a tongue in cheek kind of thing. And then he showed up on AEW because that's how AEW's like, okay, well if he's hot on out here, this is the space for not the misfits, but for those that may not get, you know what I mean? And that's kind of how Ricky Sosa was like. People were starting to get familiar with him, but they're like, no, let's lock him in now. And like you say, he gets a chance to grow. You get to see him. You get to kind of cultivate him, and I think he can be a big deal for TNA. So shout out to Ricky Sosa.
And
Yeah.
so the door too. We mentioned the other international talent over there that we've been able to watch. Shout out to Kuro, who he's been tapped into the realm. That match that you enjoyed.
It was really good.
Yeah,
it was.
there's another guy, Big Mecca, over there.
Yep.
He defeated Ricky Sosa a few weeks ago. So Ricky Sosa coming over here, like you said, a lot of times, sometimes you get one person over, and then it's like, okay, wait, it's more of them. Bring them over surely. So that's what I'm excited about. And
there's a place for them to go.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really good. This is it to me. It's a sign of the times when it comes to the pro wrestling space, which is a really good one, especially when we get talent like this. I remember texting you guys. I said, "Oh, I can't wait to see. I would love to see Ricky Sosa versus Javon Evans at some point." Maybe not now. Don't give it to us too early. Like, wait till these guys get to become the best versions of themselves, and then we already got Javon Evans in his first WrestleMania match. This dude's
going to Mania, baby.
We're going to talk about that as well. The Mania card is insane, bro. I can't wait till we get into that conversation. We're just about there. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. It's different, but it's there's a lot going on in the space of pro wrestling. Kenny Omega's back to being Kenny Omega. We got Will Ospreay back. I gotta slide AEW now because got to show him some love. It's still one step forward, two steps back when it comes to AEW, but man, in this pro wrestling space, there's room for so much. We're spoiled at this point, fellas. We get all the like this is a kid's dream. This is what we dreamed of. You guys realize we get pro wrestling.
We literally used to dream about this.
Like, this is ridiculous. Like, yes. I thought about that. Like, yo, this is a dream, bro. Like, yo, whenever we want pro wrestling, we get to have it. Like, we're spoiled. We're adults. We deserve to be spoiled because we're grown. But as grown men, we don't get these opportunities as much. But still, like, we really get all types of pro wrestling whenever we want it, however we want it. I used to wake up randomly on Saturday mornings just to watch the Golden Age of professional wrestling, where the Skull Crusher was an actual finisher. We dude hit you in the back of the head with your elbow, and everybody lost their minds. Back in, I believe, I don't even know what year it was. It looked like it was I want to say it was the 50s or 60s, but it was insane. It doesn't matter. Anyways.
But see, back then we could run out, like we would record it, right? And then you run out of tapes. Like after a while, you watch them over and over again. But now it's like impossible. Like if you say, all right, I want to watch wrestling, you can't just say, it's not like, oh, I want to watch wrestling, but I don't watch this already. Because it's literally so much. And then if WWE or AEW isn't doing it for you, you can always go to the independents. That's what I love about it.
Go ahead. And that's a really good point, Brian. Is because think about it. You remember at one point in time, it wasn't that many indies that had quality programming, right?
Yep.
It was maybe
right.
It was maybe one in New York. I forgot the name of it. I'm not sure if there is, but I remember they were the one that was like, because John Morrison used to be out there a lot. Carlito used to be out there a lot. Who?
Was it Northeast?
I believe it was Northeast.
And that's New York, Connecticut, where Kurt Angle. I believe we got Kurt Angle and Cody Rhodes there.
That was another one. Like, in the early years, it was one or two. You know what I mean? Everybody else didn't have that, but you had it now.
I was gonna say Big Time Wrestling. Was another. Big Time
Wrestling was another one. So it's like, man, that was almost Ring of Honor quality stuff that we were blessed to be a part of and have a. But it's like now, man, it's everybody has that because I think everybody understands the importance of production and production value, because it's like, pro wrestlers get a chance to get some serious exposure, and also they can cultivate their own product by having good quality.
Look at what Westside Gunn is doing with Fourth Rope.
Yeah,
Fourth Rope, stuff, got a little hip hop vibe to it. But even if you're not necessarily a hip hop fan, right, you can still, the wrestling is still good. The wrestling take care of itself. Same with I'm definitely gonna mention Ashe Wrestling. Going down there and actually being in the. Seeing it in person, seeing how they put the shows together, but then also seeing the production side. Shout out to Keith Mack, Caprice Coleman down there. Even Mark Henry's like serving. Mark Henry always gonna kind of make sure he got his hands on something black. You know what I mean? And
he's our voice in that space.
Yeah. And so he always keeping his eye out. Even with the guy, I don't know if y'all saw his interview, Prince Abu Agula. who basically
all
said,
over Femi.
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had actually reported that on Wrestling for the Culture, like literally
Mhm.
like the second or third episode.
Mhm.
But you know, down in the Caribbeans, you know, and I know Mark Henry's had his hands on a lot of that, the Caribbean stuff. Shout out to Gerard Bonner, who was, you know, on the episode of the 300th episode of Break It Down with Brian H, or 250, something like that. 3 anniversary, that's what it was. But down there, Mark Henry was, you know, it's a lot of people who look like us, you know, but also a lot of the, you know, different cultures that you get a chance to see. So, you know,
Yeah.
pro wrestling is healthy.
Shout out to culture.
Yeah.
100%.
It's Mercedes Monet. And she did this.
Don't make us hit the what you call it.
Here we go.
Yes, that's right.
But you know what's so funny when we're doing Wrestling Wrealm 38 and 39, you know, year 40, she's gonna be in Black history. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Right.
Black women to hold all those wrestling championships at once and going all over the world, and then she's putting over new talent. It's been, and I remember when she won the title, Mercedes got another belt. I was like, you could automatically see what she was going to do.
Sure.
Like,
Really, right.
all coming. Then put that AEW Women's World title on.
She's not that committed.
hey, look though. Tony's out for a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know how long she's out, but
they in a year, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
don't
talk
know
about
if she's pregnant. I just hope she's okay.
derailing momentum. I was like, oh, that's terrible. We were just about to get something. But you know, we're not gonna harp on the sour things. We're gonna talk about the positive things. And like I said, this is a holiday for us, gentlemen. It's WrestleMania season.
It's real Allen this day coming up.
That is true.
It's a holiday in our books.
35
It is. Well, thank you. So you guys always hold a brother down. WrestleMania the card is already stacked. It's already loaded. And this is not our WrestleMania preview show. We got about 2 weeks before we get to that point. But so far, let's look at what the WrestleMania card is looking like as it stands. So we have the World Heavyweight Championship between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, which is the main event of our show tonight because CM Punk got his hit back. We got Cody Rhodes going against his longtime friend Randy Orton for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Stephanie McMahon had to slap some sense into babyface Cody. We have the Women's World Championship with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv Morgan starting to heat up. I'm starting to get invested. Like, okay, this is making. I'm gonna say right now. I'm sorry, I don't mean to divulge, but Liv Morgan is a heat seeker. I see why. If she didn't get hurt, Nikki Bella is probably mad. Like, dang it, I was supposed to feud with her. That was supposed to get me over. Anyways, because that was going to work. I'm sorry. Jade Cargill.
She can't get it any other way.
Don't do that.
You had to do it.
I had to. You threw it there. Like, I'm sorry, my bad. It's baseball season.
The Bella twins are in a good spot. It's okay. Jade Cargill.
He threw it over the plate. I had to, you know what I mean? Knock at least a double, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's
at least
cool.
a smooth double.
Just hit the new clock in Camden Yards.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill squares off against Rhea Ripley. This is the career-defining moment for Jade Cargill. This is a big deal. And then John Cena. I'm trying to tell you, it is. I can tell you. I'm not gonna say you now. I'm saving.
The feud is putting me to sleep.
No. This is a career-defining moment for
I believe you.
This is the buildup. This is like Charlotte Rhea back during the pandemic. This is going to set the tone.
Yeah, I hope, because right now the energy that was on Twitter, I wanted to see that translate. Now I guess y'all don't want them touching each other.
That's how you know it wasn't real. See,
because it stayed there. Yeah, you know. But I am excited.
We did see Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. We all know how it carries over in real life.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I am excited to see what B-Fab and Michin. I think this is huge for them being paired with Jade.
I'm telling you, career-defining moments. These are 3 young women. You know what I mean? Like, they're new faces to this space. Like new faces.
Three puzzles all together, right?
That's what I'm saying. And it's
Michin's the worker, B-Fab's the talker, and Jay's the looker.
Yeah.
Perfect combination of black women.
I think it works. I think it works. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And Rhea is just like what established. If it was anybody else, if it wasn't as big of a star as her, to me, it would be an injustice. But to me, it shows like, hey, they care about these three young ladies because of they're expecting mama to carry this thing to where it's supposed to be at. It's a big deal. Career defining moment. I stand by it. We'll get into that.
I think that was the only reason. I think they're the only reason that I really like what's going on with this feud. You see what I'm saying?
They added to it. They really did though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my first thoughts when we knew we was getting Jade and Rhea, I was like, look, I said it straight from the jump. Jade needs to beat her clean by herself. And at that time, it made sense. It made sense to me because look,
and now
she defended the title once.
Yeah, just
people were complaining about it.
Kind of like Tiffany Stratton.
Now you got Rhea Ripley. Exactly, you got Rhea Ripley, the biggest name in the business. Like, if somehow she came up with an upset win over Rhea Ripley, that ultimately solidifies Jade as that girl.
And,
I mean, she already is, but in the ring,
you'll get her some heat too, like real heat, not like she's calling everybody the B word.
Yeah.
Men don't care about that.
Exactly. My only thing is, I don't want her to go over. I want her to go over, but I don't want her to go over now with the help of the other two, because now it kind of like waters down her. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it just meant more if she was to beat Rhea straight up. But I know you can't do that with Rhea.
But she's a heel.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I agree with you, brother Hugh, and I think that moment's not going to come just yet. I think this is just like a stepping stone. You know what I mean? Like when it's like, to me, it's like, okay, they're probably going to run it back at some point when it's just going to be them. But this is just like let's just get her associated with the right, the right main event presence first. But we'll see how that plays out. Obviously we have Femi colliding with Brock Lesnar. That got pretty intense this past Monday, to the point where old Trips had to come out. Was like, nope, this is the one we're not going to do. So he let everybody else fight. He let everybody else get their hands on him. But this one, it was such a whole night twist. Everybody was fighting the whole night. I was like, wait a minute. So that means Triple H is going to come out all night. Nope, he stayed in back. But this one right here, he was like, nah. Femi,
Stephanie, and let's see me.
No, you definitely not. Yeah, they got to do a husband-wife thing.
You go to see me. Let Stephanie can't have her moment.
No, she can't. She can't outshine Trippy. And he's quite thin too. Look how skinny Triple H is. Anyways, we got the Women Intercontinental Championship. We got AJ Lee and Becky Lynch running it back. That's a huge hoot for that title. Sometimes it's about putting the title over. I think this match is going to be attached to that championship, and hopefully, what I hope it does is it sets a standard for the women that hold it afterwards. But once again, we'll
set the standard. The feud. I don't think their chemistry is great. And I know our brother Hugh said it, and I went back and I looked and I was like, the brother knew what he was talking about. I just don't.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that they did that on purpose because they knew they was going to do that WrestleMania? Like, we're not going to give them the good stuff now. Maybe not AJ Lee, but I can see Becky Lynch like, we're not going to give them the good stuff. Okay.
I really hope you're right.
All right.
I always want to be proven wrong in wrestling. That's the only thing. It's wrestling, So I hope you're right. Because I'm like, right now it's like, I saw the match already. You know what I mean? That's how I honestly feel. Like, I would have rather. It's a lot of other people I want to see AJ dance with. So, but we'll see.
It's going to be a huge moment for WrestleMania. You know what I mean? I know Becky Lynch is thinking Savage Steamboat, even though that's like lofty. But it's like sometimes matches and championships have like historic moments in WWE, and I'm hoping that this can be one of those moments. I don't know for sure, but
she better think Charlotte Asuka.
No, see, that's too much. There's nobody beating that. Like that, bro. Because that could have closed the show that year.
That might have.
That's a match on the card.
1,000,000%. It's like, there's some WrestleManias where you go back and watch. You say, okay, I understand why this closed because it was the championship, what the title meant. But then there's some where it's like, it was so good it should have closed the show. That one, and I can't
Say
believe
it.
I'm gonna say this.
Now go ahead and say
Oh
it.
my
I'm gonna get the
god.
horns ready. Let me just hit the button just to make sure they're still working. All right. So the horns are working.
25.
Sorry, I missed it. Under the drum roll. What did you say?
Taker Sean 25.
Okay, cool. As long as you said
I was tempted. I was very tempted to say Sean Jericho 19, but I think that match, as good as it was, Austin Rock's match was good and had the exclamation moment.
of course. Yeah.
But Brock and Kurt would have been better had Brock never went for the shooting star press.
I was about to
would be
say
talking
if he actually
different way.
landed it. That if he
What if he
landed
landed it?
if he landed it,
Oh.
that would have been like the highlight reel. But it was so good. It was so almost good. They always show the first half of it. Like they don't show the
Yeah.
part where he misses. They just show
We
what he
wouldn't
goes for.
That would have went down as the greatest WrestleMania. I will go on record and say that.
See, God had different plans. He's like, no,
If he hit that move,
yeah,
it goes
would've
down.
set the tone.
Huh?
Yeah, that would have definitely set the tone for like full body WrestleManias across the board.
And Vaughn said it was near perfection. You know,
Yeah. We
It
have
was.
we have other stuff. We have Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. This is going to be violent. I know a lot
You're
of
gonna be
people
happy. They're gonna fight in your little parking lot out there.
I mean, it is Vegas. That's why they had WrestleMania 9 at in the parking lot. So it's kind of like it's for you. It's like an honorary. They honoring the memory of WrestleMania 9 in the parking lot. I wonder if they have
rolling around in
elephants out there.
dirt.
Yeah, a little bit, and little togas and stuff. If we see togas backstage or in the parking lot, we know it's like it's an homage, however you pronounce it. We got homage. Okay, so that's what it's homage. It's homage.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the H is silent. We have the United States Championship. This is one of the championships that we talked about that changed already. We got tag titles changed. We got United States all before WrestleMania. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. We know this is the crowning moment of Trick Williams. There's no way it's not. And they needed someone to make sure, like, bro, this Sami, you got to make this guy. I'm telling you, Sami Zayn's a modern day Mick Foley. I don't care what anybody says. And this is another big one. You got the Intercontinental Championship that's going to be defended by Penta against Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and Rusev in a ladder match. That's going to be absolutely insane. First of all, the different flavors of Skittles you got in this bag.
Hey, that's crazy.
It's like when you mix all three flavors in one bag, you're like, this is going to be crazy.
I'm happy those guys getting a match,
bro. What?
Yeah.
But like, it's like all. First of all, it's like all workhorses. Penta's hot. That's just period. First of all, this is like time out. I gotta come back because I'm looking at the WWE page. I gotta make sure I got my full attention. So Penta's already hot. It doesn't matter whatever he does. Whatever he does, it's going to be a big deal. His experience with ladder matches, like you think about Lucha Underground and just what he's done, and then you think about all the spot monkeys in this match. So Javon Evans is going to do something insane. And you, first of all, they're fearless. Three out of 4 of these guys in this match don't give a goddamn about anything. So because JD McDonough punctured a lung and flipped over the ropes and still wrestled. Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, and Penta. So 4 out of the 5 guys in this match. See, Rusev is going to be smart. He's got to he's the dad in the match. All right, fellas, listen. We got a time limit. We got to make sure nobody gets hurt.
I'm glad. 6 months ago, we was thinking he probably wouldn't have had a WrestleMania match. So I'm happy for him.
I'm happy for him. But we've talked about this before. We got to keep going. But Rusev has played his role. But he's one of the guys that's like, okay, he gets it. He has played his role perfectly to the point where when he takes a loss, it doesn't look like a bad loss. It doesn't look like, oh, he's a jobber. It doesn't look that way. He doesn't look like an enhancement talent. He just looks like he's gotten bested. Where the heck is Sheamus?
Yeah.
He beat Sheamus and then Sheamus disappeared. It's okay.
He was injured, wasn't
He got hurt again. He just came back. It's okay.
He might be towards the, wrapping it up.
I can see that unless he wants to still feel like he wants to have another run.
I want to know something. When you finish the card,
right?
Say what? Yes, it's for the Intercontinental Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ladder match.
Yeah.
So then we got Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. That's the blood feud. It's because now we got the student and the teacher again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We got the student versus the teacher. I'm like, oh boy, we finally. Finn has done his job. He literally took over the Judgment Day and got everybody over that was in it. Like, job well done, sir. And now it's like he's about to pass this torch to Dominic Mysterio. This is insane. And then of course we have the fatal 4-way for the women's world tag team match with the the Irresistible Forces, and then you got the Bella Twins, and then you got Bailey and Lyra, and then you have Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. This is a loaded card, fellas. I know we have a lot, and just like I said, we got to get into CM Punk and Roman Reigns and their exchange, and that's going to shape and change how we look at WrestleMania. But before we get into the deep stuff, let's just take a goddamn moment to acknowledge what the heck we about to see. And it may be one or two more. This is probably one of this is the AW loaded version of WrestleMania. There's a lot of matches on this, and it might be one or two more. But how are you guys feeling about how this is shaping up so far? I'm going to be honest. I don't remember WrestleMania last year compared to what this is looking like. It looks, even though it's in Vegas again, it has a different feel to it. This is just me saying this. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Brian H is a little still sour about it not being in New Orleans. But do you guys feel a different vibe from this shit? It's got a more grittier feel to it. Even the graphics and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is like a little rugged motor show WrestleMania we got going on. How you guys feeling about WrestleMania so far as we know it as of right now?
I'm not mad at it. Go ahead.
He looks so disappointed, brother. Why is he he's looking down and stuff. And don't forget your thought either, Brian. You got to bring that up. Don't forget.
No, yeah, it's here's the thing. This WrestleMania got one job and one job only.
Here you go, y'all. You about to see.
But it's one of those things where I think the frustration is I like my WrestleManias, especially when you're giving me a longer road.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry, Brian. I apologize. Real quick. Gunther and Seth Rollins, for goodness sake. Let's not leave that one off the board because I'm not sour. Right. Go ahead, continue, sir.
That's a little deeper.
Yeah, it's
that's what I'm interested because that is it's like, what are we doing? That's out of nowhere.
Let's talk about
it. But it's gonna come up soon. I just don't believe, I just feel like it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen with that shit. But when I sit back and I look at this, watch, I'm like, what are we doing? But the buildup, right?
Yeah, we're talking about just this particular match, or we talk about Mania in general?
The whole Mania. I like
my
buildups to start around Rumble, but definitely after the Elimination Chamber. So that by the time we get to WrestleMania, it's like balls to the wall, blood on the table, right? And I think that there was a lot of opportunities for a lot of this. If these matches, like some of these matches, like, all right, yeah, I get, we knew they would probably happen, but make it on paper, let it be known. You know what I mean? And then I think we could go from there. But that's my gripe.
Okay. How about you, brother Hugh? How you feeling about the way WrestleMania is looking so far?
Man, y'all need to stop crying about, I don't want to change the way, I like the old way that it was booked, because I knew exactly what I had right away. No, I ain't trying to hear that no more, bro. Like, I was one of those people at one point in time. At some point you got to accept change.
You guys are on fire. I don't have a sizzle, but I'm telling you, you guys are going to see how this is a perfect segue to what I'm going to say next. Go ahead, brother.
Oh boy, I can't wait. At some point we gotta accept change, right? And to be honest, I love the way that it ended up. You know what I'm saying? Like the booking, everybody, complained about it, this, that, whatever. But I like the way that everything kept me on my toes. Because if you think about it, almost every superstar during this run has been involved in at least 2 storylines at one time. You see what I'm saying?
Intriguing.
So it's like you don't know which way you're gonna go either way, right? And plus, I think Triple H did a pretty good job dealing with the injuries and whatnot. He had to throw a lot of curveballs.
And Jericho's time added to his contract.
Absolutely. So I think he did a pretty good job. And like you said, you had to build a bigger and better card than last year because you ran the same venue.
Yep.
The second year in a row.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And plus, this has to be the mania to save us from Saudi. So
Which I don't. I got
I'm
a feeling
just
it's
I'm
probably
just
not
being
going to be
real.
there next year.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not mad at what we're getting. You know,
Okay.
for the I mean, is it star studded? Everybody's on the card for the most part. 7 matches probably both nights. You know,
Yeah.
I wish
And
certain superstars were there still, but you never know what we're gonna get.
sure. And I'm sure we're probably going to get a ton of moments in between. You know, Danhauser's going to make an appearance.
Oh, absolutely,
He's going to have a
absolutely,
mania moment.
absolutely.
I don't know why he's
You
fitting
already
in
gonna
so
have a
well.
moment with Speed.
This I show speed is like, I'm like, what's he doing? Is he here? Like,
That's
what
it.
are you just like you've been here? Like usually it's like a ringside thing. Like, yo, you're kind of involved in a storyline now. He, Logan Paul's like, hey, listen, they're gonna probably try to kill him. He's got to stay with us now. And I'm like, oh shoot, Speed can't go anywhere. He's a wanted man. But yeah, I think
Literally, that's the only person you really need right now. You know what I mean? He's
yeah,
over like crazy nowadays. Like, so that's
they
literally it. That's the
needed to
moment.
add
Just having him on the
little bit
show.
of buzz. Since and not to mention there's rumors about Braun Breaker actually being healthy. We'll try to see what that looks like. And I'm sure he's probably not thrilled about not being on the WrestleMania card. But you know what? That was a perfect segue to at the top of the show. I said there's something that I have to say. And I told Brian this earlier in the week. I didn't even tell him this week. I said, I'm not telling you. I said, I'm gonna say it live on the show. And to what you said, Brian H, about how what you're used to, and then to what you said, Brother Hugh, that said, well, listen, we have to evolve with these things. Sure, you get tired of hearing of this because there's a section of fans that says, look, man, I'm not used to it being this way. Let's see what's going on, and this is also going to play into the build of WrestleMania and how everybody seems to be fighting each other. But I came up with this theory, as I usually do, and I said to myself, I wonder why wrestling fans, especially a particular section of our community, is having such a hard time adjusting to the Triple H way of doing things. And I realized something. During the Vince McMahon era, Vince McMahon kept pro wrestling for the pro wrestling fans. He wasn't as interested in adjusting who the industry was to fit the mold of everybody else wanted them to do. He always wanted everybody to adjust to pro wrestling fans. It was for the designated audience. It was just for wrestling fans. Brian H has a lot of gripes as far as media is concerned about maybe even down to stuff the ticket prices versus now WWE being run by TKO and booked by Triple H. It's like it's more of a business now than it's ever been. So yes, they're breaking records, but and yes, they're going into spaces that they haven't done before, but they're fitting in and they're making money. So it's like wrestling fans just isn't for the small section anymore. I think we were comfortable with the wrestling fan being niche and being just for us versus now it's not just for us. It's for a larger audience. It's for the sports audience. It's for the audience that walked away that says, listen, you don't got to be super invested, but just be a little bit invested and come and be a part of what we have going on. And I think a lot of wrestling fans don't like that. And I think, Brian, that you might fall into one of those categories. Which one? It's for you to decide. But I
I
think
don't.
you don't what?
I don't like it. You're right.
I think, but I think there's a large. That's what I'm saying. I think there's an audience that feels the way you feel for that very reason. It's like, yo, this was for us. This was our thing. Like we were isolated from everybody else. This when it wasn't cool, it was like they did everything for us. They weren't going to raise ticket prices because they knew they couldn't afford to. We got to cater to the wrestling fans. Versus now, they're like, hey, look, football people like wrestling too. We're going to show up on college game day. We're going to show up to NFL. We're going to show up on ESPN. We're going to show up to the Disney events. All the companies that are, and now that they can take the liberties to say, well, shoot, we can do more business. You know, let's not worry about the wrestling fans. And I thought about it because of most recently, if I like to do case studies, we talk about the Jackson's Victory Tour. One of the complaints that many black people had was like, this is the large this group is what we grew up on. This group is, and but you phased us out of the ticket process. We can't afford the ticket prices because of what Don King and the promoters were doing to try to get people to pay for rap. They couldn't afford it. And it was like the people that got you famous in the first place are now, Jesse Jackson and God rest his soul and Al Sharpton, they made noise about it. Like, man, black folks can't afford these tickets. So it's like it seems like when you take it out of the niche or you take it out of one community, you make it broader because of the sake of business, the community in which you originally came from seems to be disrupted by it. And I think a lot of people probably feel the way due to that, whether they admit it or not. But I don't know, Brian H. What's the
The thing is, here's the thing, right? It would be one thing if people came into the space. I ain't even gonna say learn the history, but just picked up and said, okay, let's legitimately enjoy this, right?
Mhm.
But it
Mhm.
feels like there's a lot of gospel quartet musicians who
Oh, here we
can't get over
go.
in the secular world. So they go sing quartet.
Yeah.
And they try to get their performance juice out of them, right?
Mhm.
But as soon as that service over, they in the hallways, they outside like they expecting groupies,
Yeah, they're
right?
trying to be artists.
That's exactly. So when you go to these events and you see these celebrities, right? They don't know
Mhm.
nothing about it. They get on their shows and they say, "Yeah, I did this little WWE thing. They had me there. I ain't know who was who." And it's like disrespectful to the product, right?
Mhm.
Whereas there are a lot of celebrities who love it. Like I had a great conversation with Method Man, and it was like talking to homie down the street. He's like, "Yo, that Rhea Ripley, she bad, son. Like she don't mess." You could tell he had the shirt. He was a fan. Like,
He was
at
engaged in the community, in the culture.
WrestleMania 15.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Then you have like other people who you like. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of celebrities. Look at Topanga. She is deep rooted in as a fan. That's what when she go to the shows, it's not like she trying to be a part of it. No, she wants to just be embraced. She's wearing a cool. She had a Danhausen shirt before Danhausen
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the new Danhausen. So that's the part that gets annoying. And then it's also like with WWE. All right, y'all charging these ticket prices. This ain't WrestleMania 40, bro. You ain't got Dwayne The Rock Johnson walking down that aisle.
And don't forget Mama Rose.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Okay. Okay. Now we're spicing it up a little bit.
Brother Hugh is right, but
They do have John Cena though.
he ain't got John Cena is the 13th grader.
Mm.
I was that person. When I graduated high school,
Mhm.
I would hang out at my old high school because a lot of my friends was a year or 2 years younger. So it's like, all right, hey y'all, what's it like in college, man? I'm in community college, but I'm up here after school because I know y'all. That's the way it seems like John Cena coming back. Like, bro, you ain't been gone long enough. So that's the issue I have. Is like y'all sitting up here acting, y'all raising these prices, trying to create viral moments, and then it's one of those things where it's like the product ain't even as great as it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when the bloodline was cooking.
It doesn't have to
Maybe
be
so.
though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. See, I see
You see what I'm saying?
I see the purpose of both sides. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Right.
where's the divide between community and your core audience, and business and your loyal fan base? So yeah, that's just my tidbit. But
It just comes down to like, look, if you go be a part of us, rock with us. Like shout out to brother Randy Sneed, right?
Mhm.
Hadn't watched wrestling in years. Raw goes to Netflix. This brother's invested. He was at Fight Club. He's coming back into the fold. You know what I mean? Same with the celebrities. It's annoying when you sit up there and you be like, you seeing these people like the John Cena match. These people up there, and you like, bro, how many people die for like just a ticket, just to be in that space, And that's why I say I worry about, worries. It ain't that serious, but it's like I see if, let's say, for the sake of this conversation, right?
right.
A girl like Chelsea Green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say she wins the world title.
Mm-hmm.
In front of or Matt Cardona wins the Intercontinental title, right? That pop he got at WrestleMania 32 was because there was his fan, like there was the people who was in the grind. You feel me? And
Sure.
then on TV, you see those the people going crazy, you know. But when you got these celebrity plants, it's not the same. It's like when you watch what's that joint overseas? Ric Flair versus Antonio what's his name? From when they did the Clash in Korea. And everybody, Ric Flair was trying to get his WWE stick on, and the fans wasn't reacting. Antonio Inoki. And Inoki had to like yeah, there's a whole Dark Side of the Ring on that.
Wow, I didn't know.
I must have missed that.
The King of New Japan Pro Wrestling in Korea.
Yeah, it was like 80,000, 90,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
New Japan ran a show in Korea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that might be your episode right there, realness.
Hey, listen, as long as he watches Ready to Rumble.
I watch Ready to Rumble.
I'm just saying.
To be free.
It's free.
I can send it to you if you want me to.
Send him a link. It's free.
Yeah, it was 100,000 people. But those people, they you know, but that's where it's like you got these stone-faced idiots on the front row. The reactions is in the top. Like, you know, so and I think that's the part that hurts, you know. That's why, you know, Vinnie Mac, he knew, and I thought Vince McMahon had a great balance of celebrity. It wasn't like, it just feels like it's overdone now. It's viral moments.
I'm with you with that.
I mean, I think that's just the business model, I guess, at this point. And you know, it's like I said, it's as much as they're breaking records and, you know, doing pretty good business from what I would know or what I can tell. You know, there's got to be some sort of bridge to kind of bring these two worlds together, and I think that's something they're trying to figure out.
Forget that. TKO got bills to pay. They're in debt.
That too.
That's why they went and got WWE, and that's why they got UFC and merged them together, because they were in debt. You know what I mean? We need money. So this is what we need to do. We need to reach out, utilize social media. Now that's a key component now in the game, as opposed to back in the day with Vince McMahon. Social media, right? You can reach the masses, right? So it's like, why not bring in an iShow feed? You know, one of the biggest stars in the world right now.
He's massive.
Right? Why not bring in a Jelly Roll, who just won, 3 Grammys or whatever he did?
He's massive. And I'm not talking about his size. My man lost 200 pounds.
Right.
He lost aura.
Exactly. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same token, I get it.
I mean,
let's make this money.
Imagine an angry New Yorker pissed off because Liberace's in the ring with the Rockettes. And they like, man, I came to see pro wrestling. I came to see Hulk Hogan, and you know, I came to see Hulk Hogan and you know, Roddy Piper get it in, and then Liberace's in the ring prancing around. I'm sure somebody felt the same way about that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm sure they felt some type of way. Like, think about somebody that's been watching wrestling for 30 years, and it's 1985 or 1980, whenever WrestleMania was, and all of a sudden,
85, you hit it right.
And then Cindy Lauper's in the ring with Captain Lou Albano. I'm sure somebody's like, this isn't pro wrestling I grew up on. Got all these fingers in the ring, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure, I don't know why I did a country accent in New York.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do nothing racist. It's not like Italian or anything like that. It's racially insensitive. But I'm sure somebody felt the same way during that time period. You know what I mean? Just
back on LT and Bam Bam. Main event.
At WrestleMania, out of all things, this is the reason why that WrestleMania is not talked about as much.
Yeah, see, Vince learned his lesson.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So you know, so there's probably all types of that across the board, but I tell you what is across the board. It was a lot of fights on Monday.
Yeah.
Can you brothers remember a time where this many people got hands on each other before WrestleMania? Usually, once the WrestleMania card is kind of set in stone and we kind of know a direction, it's usually hands off until that moment. You might have a public workout, you know, that day was like Shawn Michaels was kissing Stone Cold Steve Austin in his bald head, wrapped up in the ropes. You got CM Punk and Roman Reigns fisticuffs 2 weeks in a row. And 2 weeks in a row, both men go through tables. Are you guys comfortable with everybody getting their hands on each other this close to WrestleMania? With the exception of Femi and and Brock Lesnar. The boss came out for this one and said, no, you will not touch each other now.
I wanted Lesnar to just kind of nudge Triple H, just to get a little heat. Now, I know Oba respects him. He's gone on record that was his favorite wrestler, but I felt like that would have been so much fun to watch him kind of be like really show he don't care. Just to, obviously Triple H can't take a bump, but
I think that's what you tease if you get some Triple H's face, because everybody's like, Triple H might swing on him. It's like, he can't. Look how skinny he is.
He just shoulder checked him, like, we walked past the show. Because when Lesnar came out there, like, in his shorts, I was like,
it's about to go down.
Bro, I thought he was going to have a match.
Me too. Said, okay. Remember, I was talking trash. I said, there's no way in the world Brock Lesnar has a match on Monday Night Raw on Netflix before Roman. I was like, what's he suited and booted? He was greased up and everything.
Right.
He was ready for action. I was like, Brock Lesnar's about to get active. What we got going on here? And then what happens? Nothing. Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar fat. I think here's the funny part about this exchange. Triple H knows like Brock Lesnar does whatever he wants to do, so he had to come out there because he came out and said, "Nah, it's not no WrestleMania. It's now." Because he was pissed from last week. He's like, "All right, once again, I'm about to get my hit back." So he wasn't going to do what CM Punk did. He wasn't going to come out there with some jeans and some taped up hands and fisticuffs. He came out like, "Nah, it's not. We're not waiting till Mania. I'm about to beat you up now." Mm-hmm. And Oba Femi fashion goes, "Okay, guess what? I'm dressed too." Because you remember at one point, Oba Femi came out there with some jeans on and his hands taped up when he got into a Rusev the first time. He called him out.
Right.
He probably heard him running his mind and said, hold on, somebody hand me some tape real quick. See, it made sense. Mm-hmm. Like, I was back here minding my business and you called me out. And then the following week, they had a match. Brock Lesnar came out fully suited and booted, greased up, ass slicked down. Like, nope, let's do this now. Paul Heyman sitting there doing Paul Heyman stuff. And he's like, no, enough of that. Come out so we can fight. It's like, uh-oh. And Oba Femi's music hit. He was ready to. I was nervous, but I guess it made sense that it had to be Triple H. Triple H had to come out. Yeah. Because he was like, don't touch me. I'm the boss now. Like, don't do this. If it wasn't Brock Lesnar, I would be like, hey, man, this might be the one to close the show at some point. But this is probably going to open. Because, Brock Lesnar's like, hey, man, listen, I got 7.5 minutes. Let's make this a good 7.5 minutes. And we're out of here.
This could be that middle match. That halfway between match, though. Think about it, because you want to build up to it. Everybody want to see it.
Yeah, but Brock Lesnar wants his money up front. He's like, have my bag of money at the door. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna take my pictures, and I'm going home.
That was the last time he was in the mid card, like the middle of the show when him and Ambrose wrestled. But
real quick, it's 12 o'clock.
Oh shoot!
You guys sing. If it's your birthday, make some noise.
Is that still on there?
We see. That's what I was about to say. We took the birthday music off.
Gosh,
we didn't have like I had it on there, but we left like Sanford and Son on there, and I was like, this is not the club mix we were supposed to play. Like we left this on there, like it's like, why do y'all play my birthday? It's like, look, man, we meant to have the other one on there, the Baltimore club mix, but we took it off. It was the wrong one. The label says Baltimore Club Music, and I assumed it was that one. It was San Francisco. It's okay. But thank you. I definitely acknowledge brains. But
birthday.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
Wow. That was not expecting to see my growing nephew. Just it's nice to see you, son. Look at you. That's perfect appearance.
He's not 50.
Wow, that's cool. No, it's taking shots. This is what you teenagers do. It's fine. Look at him. Hold on. I'm sorry, I got to do this.
Taking shots at him.
Look at this.
Bro, can you get in the camera? Nobody want to see your chest. Get in the camera.
He got out of bed.
Nobody messed with the fit.
Nobody messed with the fit. He's got Grogu from the Mandalorian blanket.
Like, what are you talking about right now?
He's almost a grown man. He's got a mustache and this. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's such a strapping young lad. He used to be a little fella. Now look at him.
Right.
He had a hard day podcaster earlier.
Oh, okay. So he had his own show. He was working too. See, it runs in the family. But
My man got the Jackson 5 Bush. You
he's
know what I'm
definitely
saying?
got that. He's ready for the Michael movie. But
But it's just,
Thank
you know
you,
what I
John.
mean? Going crazy.
He's got dancing machine vibes going on. But thank you, my good nephew. I appreciate you, buddy.
I love that impression of you.
So it's
All right, you
that's-
can go back and play your video game.
Hey, why
He's
you
like-
say how you brush them off? Go
No.
ahead, go ahead. Go
he was
ahead.
back there. He's
Oh,
back there retro
me.
game like his
Wait,
dad.
boy.
It's cool. That was special. That made my day. Okay. It was worth that was the cameo I was not expecting to see.
But
But
he said made his day. Thank you.
he did. Thank
That's
you.
it.
That's what we started. So there you go. See my nephew. That's good. That's fine.
So what I was going to ask y'all, because you ran right into it.
Mhm.
Brother Hugh brought up, talking about when Oba comes on the show.
Mhm.
When you look at this card, what are the matches that you're putting on for that first hour for both nights for ESPN? Like, what are the matches that's going to say, all right, I'm on the fence now. I gotta finish watching this. I'm going to sign up for ESPN Unlimited. I'm going to go to a bar, whatever. Like, what are those matches?
That's easy. All the
I forgot all about it.
What'd you say?
all the social media stuff. So probably, I'm sure the vision is going to I don't see how they won't not be involved. So I don't know. Do you think the tag titles will be on the line? I know we tag titles recently. To me, there's more matches to be added because I know we mentioned it, but tag titles changed, United States Championship changed. We got Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship, but the tag titles also changed.
In that match.
You said who?
Mello. He got a legit gripe. He got screwed.
Yeah,
I think
but this is we. I mean, did we not talk about this years ago? What did I say? I said it
You
about.
did say that.
Things.
You did say
And
that.
I'm telling you, and it's like when it comes down to both, we appreciate your work, man. But this is the crowning moment of Trick Williams, and if it's not obvious, I don't know what to tell you. And of course, I think this leads to the next chapter because imagine Trick Williams wins this. What's the first thing you gonna do on SmackDown? If Carmelo Hayes doesn't get an opportunity to go at it on WrestleMania or be involved in it, the first place he's going to show up is on SmackDown. Hold up. There's no way in the world you took my spot. We got a problem. And then he's going to try a little bro, Carmelo Hayes, and you're going to have a problem because Carmelo Hayes is going to tell you, listen, I can dance numbers around you, buddy. And Trick Williams is going to be like, but lemon pepper stepper, I got aura and I got your championship because Trick Willie is in the building. And then to me, that might spark something else, but I'm not going to overly book, but
It's a Trick and Mellow summer. That's all I gotta say.
So with the Wyatt 6, I don't know if that's a pre-show thing, but to me, I think that deserves to be on the Wyatt 6 versus the MFT because that's personal now for more than one reason. You get the titles off of them. You get the titles off the Usos, obviously, because not obviously, but they probably got something up their sleeve with that. And then and now you have, like I said, for that first hour of ESPN, I'm assuming you got to put your hot money makers up. That's not demanding of the main event. So why not have your Ice Show Speed and your Logan Pauls and you know what I mean to get those ESPN numbers?
True.
Not to mention you got the Usos showing up at all the baseball games and basketball games. Jimmy Uso has the partnership with the Giants.
Yeah, like because I remember him and Jacob Fatu just went to the Giants game.
Yeah,
San Francisco Giants. So it's like I'm sure there's plenty of corporate, sponsorship moments that are going to take place to make sure that.
But see, I could still see Brock and Oba for the one simple reason that you just said. Brock getting his money and getting out of it.
Facts.
And
Now that you said that,
Start the show. Hey, listen, I got 7 minutes. Let's make this a good one. I want to make you like $1 million. I have my money at the door. I'm gone.
I literally forgot about that first hour on it being on ESPN. But now that makes sense. You got Oba, Brock. I would say maybe Trick Sammy. Because Trick is all over the place.
Yeah.
He's making his runs.
Imagine,
that makes sense.
That does make sense. Imagine a fresh early audience, and that's the first thing you hear is a Trick Williams entrance.
The former Philadelphia Eagle.
You know what I'm saying?
He's showing up running, hitting all the shows.
He's definitely been doing all the media stuff. Yeah, that makes more sense. We might get Sammy Trick at some point during that early space. Because he's going to, it's not sink or swim moment, but I think he's just going to like, imagine you're minding our business. WrestleMania just starts, and the first thing you hear is Trick Williams music, and he comes out in Trick Williams fashion. You're going to lose your mind because, first of all, you got all the energy. The show just started.
Right.
What do you say, Brian H?
That entrance gonna be fire.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
To be honest with you, that's probably what we're tuning in for, to be honest with you. Sammy's going to have his audience because Sammy's always, you know what I mean? He's the underdog. And then Trick Williams is going to be Trick Williams. And I'm sure he's probably going to find a way to cheat to win. But you know what I'm saying? Him showing up early at WrestleMania, we got all the energy. We're excited to be there. And then his music hits. It's going to, I would say, blow the roof off the place, but they're back in Vegas. And
Hold up, does he cheat to win? Oh no, never mind. Let's not get into that because I know we're gonna have that breakdown.
We'll have plenty of time to break that.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I can also see the women's tag match being on there because you got enough for probably 4 matches
Bella
too.
And yep.
Sure. Yeah, think about the crossover appeal.
That makes
like
sense.
The Bellas, Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm.
That
makes sense.
Again, the athleticism of Lash. So I think that's a potential. I don't see, and I mean, I could totally be wrong. I just can't see them giving away Cody and Randy early. That's got to close the show.
You think? Yeah. Well,
there's nothing else to. It depends on
not true.
What?
It depends. I don't know. Because would have Oba and Brock closed the show?
That's true.
What if Cody could open up the show? Because you know what to say. If you don't close, I want to open.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes opens the show, which I
feel like that's a deeper storyline. So you will have plus the championship, the title, the WWE championship.
But is it?
That's
though?
going to be
is
the
it
main
so
event.
deep? They only been talking about it for the last 3.5 weeks.
That's true, but think about it. Between Brock and Oba is just literally just two titans going at it. There's layers to Cody and Randy.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Plus, you got this other thing. Who's he talking on the phone to? This, that, whatever. And then you just inserted Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. So we still got. So what you're telling me is we still got 2 weeks to fill this out. That's
and also the last one I'll say. Stephen lived just on the simple fact you could sell that Royal Rumble thing, right? The Royal Rumble was on ESPN, whatever.
Yeah.
This is the winners, women. The one who won the women's Royal Rumble taking on a challenger. That's gonna be a hot match. So it's a potential I could see that happening too.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Liv.
We're not thinking Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio. He's kind of you don't think it's?
I feel like that's semi. That could be middle of the card or semi-main.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thrives in that spot.
Vegas has a lot of Hispanic audience, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's home for him. He lives there.
Oh,
so,
he lives in.
Remember he got that pop last year when he won the hot title.
That was a big deal. And I was like, he's pretty over.
See, I didn't know he lived there. I thought he's still in San Diego or something.
Yeah, I asked him where could I get good chicken strips. He told me, dude, we're on the West Coast.
Did you? Never mind. I'm a chill.
That's cool. No, I appreciate you.
Fix your camera. Nobody can see your face. You're messing up posts.
Great.
That ain't gonna make no clips.
Good.
So he said good. So it's gonna be all audio. That's fine. So it's all. Let's get ready to wrap this show up. CM Punk finally gets
got a birthday to celebrate, y'all.
I'm celebrating with this. Let me see. Yep, that's a whole lot of sleep right there. But I
thought you was about to say some ice cream or something.
Nope, it's
later.
It's a quick nap, and it's right back to the grind.
Wait, no, it's spring break.
No, but still got to move.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's just it may not be as much, but still got to move. But CM Punk finally gets his hands on Roman Reigns. He got his hit back, 2 weeks ago. Roman Reigns. This is the fun part. You ready, Brian H? Jey Uso, he told Roman, like, man, get him. And Roman snapped. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of playing out with this dude. He keeps playing with me. Enough of this talking. And then CM Punk comes back the following week and he gets his hit back. He beats up Roman. He puts him to a table. And he goes, now, who you calling effing old now? I was like, oh, wow. He's still upset about this whole old thing. Like, that's the one thing that set you off. Now, this is not something we traditionally see. A world title match and opponents going at it this close to WrestleMania because it looks kind of dangerous because what if somebody gets hurt? But these guys are they're trying to convince the world that they're going to absolutely destroy everything that comes in contact with the space they're in come WrestleMania. Was this worth it? Does this work? Does this help sell WrestleMania? Does this make you that much more invested in CM Punk versus Roman Reigns? How does this all come to a conclusion? Now, we're not going to get into too many details because, of course, like I said, we still got we still got Mania. We still got our preview show. We got all kind of stuff. But what does this make you go, okay, now this is something that we need to be a part of come WrestleMania because of all of this? How's everybody feeling about this? What's the word? Was it worth it? Did CM Punk make a mistake, or did he do the right thing as he's setting the tone? I don't know. What are we thinking?
I can't wait for the tribal chief to put him down. I can't wait for him to hurt him, to make him bleed.
What makes you think this is going to happen?
Because he's
CM Punk's a fan favorite.
Is he?
Yeah.
Flipped that fan off the other day. How rude.
Yeah, but see, that's what CM Punk does, though. Everybody knows that's kind of CM Punk's thing. Everybody knows that about CM Punk. That's what he does. Did he make this whole situation worse for himself? Here's to me. Let me just go ahead and just jump in. Here's what I'm nervous about. This is what I'm not sure when it comes to CM Punk. There's something much more. There's something brewing, overarching over this particular match. This is not going to end about Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I think this match has bigger implications to it. You say, well, what makes you say that? Simple, because when CM Punk gets under a lot of people's skin, we've seen what a blood feud looks like. We see him and Drew McIntyre. That's enough. Do we need to see more than that? No, we didn't. That was as worse as it was going to get. So we know when somebody hates the next person. And then you see Punk and Roman. They're kind of fighting for position. This is not a personal feud to me. This is these guys are kind of swinging them a little bit, trying to say who belongs at the top of the food chain around here in the WWE. That's a feud about position. But I think there's something else.
You're not convinced.
I think there's something else going on. Like, I don't think this ends about CM Punk. There's something going on with Roman Reigns and this whole bloodline, because that's a term that's being used again. The Usos they've lost some weight. I'm referring to those championship belts that they had at one point. So it's like they're extra angry. There's been some things that have been said about that family that they don't play about, and we know that when united they stand. For 3-4 years, they got ugly. I think there's something that's going to again. I think it's probably going to, and I don't know what version of that look, what it looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's just me.
Gonna look like what you thought it was gonna look like when Roman lost the belt. He gonna be a menace again. I remember vividly, we was right here in this very program, the Wrestling Wrealm Now, which you can find each and every week, sponsored or powered by SeatGeek. And you said the day Roman lose that belt, he gonna be a menace. He gonna go rub shot over the roster. But he went home. He wanted to be a full-time dad. And I understand. It's fun. But now it's time for the tribal chief to run roughshod of that roster. And
you're convinced that's what that's going to lead to, because Mr. Part-Time.
Yes, because I don't think he's going to be as part-time as he was before. I think it's going to be, important feuds once a month, lead up, quick, whatever. But I also think the bloodline got to get back in order. See, I wanted to see Roman mad that the Usos lost the tag titles. And I think we could get that. But could be nervous. Because there's a little seed of doubt that if he loses, it'd be because they try to get involved and he'd be like, I told y'all.
Again? You think they'll do that again?
Nah, bro.
If it's going bigger, right? Follow me. If it's going bigger than just the title and him being, it could be like another version of the Civil War.
Bro, it's going to be like Friday. It's going to be like Roman Reigns will cuss him out again, and Jay was going to look at Jimmy like, man, let's jump him. And Jimmy gonna be like, man, sit your down.
Hmm.
That's what's gonna happen. Like, man, let's
We
jump.
gotta get that belt back, so we
I'm
don't.
tired of him talking about it. It's crazy, man. Man, let's jump him.
Because when he said "get out of my ring,"
he did. He's
last week,
respectful. He's
respectful. I was
Respectfully.
thinking we getting 23 Roman again. That was going to be my whole. I had a whole dissertation plan.
You did. That's
He
crazy.
doesn't have the muscle for this though, because Jey Uso is not being a cooperative guy. Like Jimmy looking at him like, "Hey man, come on now, get with the program." And Jimmy's like, "Nah."
But Jay looking like a guy who forgot he was a world champion. He's looking like a loose cannon.
That is true.
So that could serve, yeah. Like remember at one point Jimmy was the loose one.
But hold up. Who listened to that loose cannon last week?
Yeah, let's talk about
who took orders from that loose cannon last week?
Roman, because he had to be reminded, do what you do.
He shouldn't have to be reminded though. That's the thing.
That's the reason why I'm confident. Like it's kind of like he got slapped back into reality. Like that's the Roman Reigns that we need. That's going to get us back to the promised land. Not this. Oh, me and Cody, we're gonna team up and no. Slap some sense back into him.
Okay, but I think that's the reason why I'm feeling a little shaky now about Mania and CM Punk possibly winning.
Oh,
because
it's early, but go ahead. Let it rip.
Just because of that, Roman doesn't seem he's not himself.
I was about to say, are you trying to say that he's lost his edge? Because that's what it sounds like you're alluding to, brother.
I think that's the story they've been telling for a long time. If you think about it. The whole thing is what the major point was. Look, you can't do it by yourself. Starting from way back when the wise man first left him, he came out. What's the first thing he did? He stood at the bottom of the steps and he looked to his right or left.
Yeah,
and
he
Heyman wasn't there.
I don't have a wise man anymore.
And ever since then, he got pinned. He hasn't been Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, head of the table. He hasn't been that person.
Nope, he hasn't.
Right?
He hasn't.
And they're still telling that story now with him and CM Punk. Then with Jay becoming a loose cannon, people talking about, he might be the tribal chief. Well, they said that a long time ago, that he was supposed to be the next one up.
Roman said it.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, brother Dwayne. Like it's layers to it, bro. Like
there's definitely layers to this one.
With Jey Uso with Jey Uso acting the way he's acting and Roman getting trashed the way he got trashed last week or this week. I don't know.
Say what you want to say, but Jey Uso is not the same Jey Uso.
He's not, bro.
Right-hand man anymore. He's a former world champion.
Yeah.
Getting big conversation. See, Big Jim is still the same Big Jim. Like, of course, he has no problem getting in line, but
didn't Roman say something to Jay along the lines of, "Look, you were a world champion. Act like it. You need to be more like me." Didn't he say something like that back in the day? But not too long ago, a couple months ago.
Yeah, he did. So
I mean, I'm just saying. And then you got on the SmackDown side, you got people talking about, "Oh yeah, you sound like Roman Solo." What's up with that?
Not to mention that you think about what could potentially happen afterwards. I'm sure there's probably going to be some sort of reset button somewhere down along after Mania. It might be like a draft or a champion switching shows, or you know what I mean. You just never know. So I don't know. I don't.
And that could lead to the final boss. That feud doesn't need a championship.
Are you still convinced that The Rock has anything to do with any of this?
Look, bro, I'm only saying it because I want to see it. I know that The Rock.
Listen, at least you're honest, man.
I know that The Rock come in, he do what he wants, and he just leaves, and we're left with an empty story. But I'm hoping they finish this one out. Everybody knows and everybody wants it. Rock versus Roman.
WWE Unreal Season 3.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Rock versus you still think people want that?
Why not? Who's going to turn it down?
I mean, it's not about turning it down. It's can it deliver?
Yes, it's going to deliver. But those two of your top superstars ever right now.
He's right now, maybe
Ever.
25 years.
Ever.
Well, okay, okay, ever.
Those
Okay, I got
two,
you. Yeah.
they're your top. They're in your top 25.
So my question is, what can they deliver on the same level after the bell rings?
They'll
It's
be able
because
to.
we know the marquee will sell, but the Rock's match, the Rock looked good in his match
Yeah.
at WrestleMania 40, the first night with him and Roman tagged.
Tag match, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I see why he was in a tag match, but and he looked better than he moved, but he didn't look bad at all. Like for somebody that, you know what I mean, like, you know, guys are worried about ring rust and all this other kind of stuff. He didn't look bad, but do you think he can? The Rock has not wrestled in years, and then Roman Reigns is already part-time. Do you think that's if we know we'll put butts in the seat, but at some point, like I said, the bell has to ring. Do you think they have enough in the tank to tell a story that makes people want to go, hey, Rock versus Roman was a big deal? Or is it like, and here's the reason I say that. Let me be honest with you. We always thought that, and don't take this personal, Brother Hugh. We all thought it would be really cool to see DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. And it was enough to put butts in the seat. But then the bell rang and everything went south, like south of the winter. Baldhead Shawn Michaels almost broke his spine trying to do a moonsault. He said he heard every bone in his back crack, 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 crack on a flip. Triple H swung and then tore his pec. The whole his pec came off the bone.
That's right.
Kane flew out the ring. Wig came off. Mask came off. I don't know why it wasn't attached together. And Undertaker, I don't know what happened to Undertaker. Undertaker's bald head looked like he was already concussed. But
it was way past that time.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like that matchup sold us. Shawn Michaels came out of retirement, and then it's like,
okay,
go ahead. And
I was about to say, I think it's different though, because with The Rock and Roman, it's all about. You said it earlier. It's not about wrestling nowadays with WWE. It's about pure entertainment. And who are the two biggest entertainers that you have on?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I feel like they can put something together and tell a decent story to get through that match and really lock us in and really keep us invested
for a whole nother year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it is a singles match, you got the rest of the bloodline that you can tie into it. Who knows what street we're going to go down later on down the line? You see what I'm saying? How does Jay feed into all of this? Shoot, he might have Zilla come in somehow, some way. Yeah, where's Jacob fit in? You see what I'm saying? Like so it's a lot that you could throw in there. For to be honest, if you're worried about The Rock that much, you're going to have shenanigans. Yeah, but to be honest, I don't think they need it. When you got a guy like Roman in there, who's a master at storytelling and just a master at selling now.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not necessary. He can make The Rock look good.
Okay. I don't know. You make a compelling argument, and this is early. We haven't even got into the meat and potatoes of the WrestleMania show, but it's I don't disagree with you. I don't think it's a bad twist. It's interesting. It's curious to see what happens as this kind of heats up, man. CM Punk and Roman Reigns are definitely trying to, put this whole thing on their backs. And I think they've done a really good job of it as far as preparing everybody for what is to come. The ability to captivate an audience, and like I said, two polarizing characters, kind of pretty much fighting over who's the top dog. Who's going to be the one to kind of sit at the mountaintop of WWE. And CM Punk has been little bro in Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns has been like, bro, you haven't been here for a while. Like, this is my show. So that's all interesting. All that stuff plays a part. Don't smile, Brian H. All this stuff plays a part. It's into where this goes. But like I said, we have just over 2 weeks. Get
more shows until WrestleMania.
Yeah, and there's still a few more I's to dot and T's to cross. But
until then, deliver Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, come up soon. So there's a lot going on between NXT and WrestleMania, and the road continues. The road indeed continues. It's going to be one of those things that hopefully goes down in the history books of WrestleMania when it comes to, and I don't see this becoming a lasting feud between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, because I think once Roman Reigns kind of establishes his place, who knows what the next story is going to be told. So yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get out of here. We hope that we were able to shed some light on some things that you may or may not have been concerned about, or things that you may have thought, and the different areas that are unfolding as we continue to travel on the road to WrestleMania. As things kind of shape up in the next 2 weeks, we'll have a better idea of what's to come. Which matches fall on which nights, whether it be night 1 or night 2, and just in case there's any more matches, whether it's pre-show matches on SmackDown, before WrestleMania, all that good jazz. But in the meantime, do us a favor and follow us on all of our social media platforms at the Wrestling Wrealm. Subscribe to our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube at the Wrestling Wrealm. Brian H., any final words?
Happy birthday to the real Dwayne Allen.
Well, thank you, sir. That was nice.
Make sure y'all shout him out, and make sure y'all follow us. Also, if you want to support this great program, you could do so in the super chat. So y'all can do that, buy the merch, or subscribe to Patreon. Pay the $1, pay the $5, or the other tiers. We'll put some more product on there soon.
Yeah, all that good jazz. Celebrate with us. 15 years of the Wrestling Wrealm. We're just getting started. And until then, wrestling fans, as I always say, stay wrestling fans. We out of here. Peace.
Houston, we have a problem.
For all exclusive shows and bonus material, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/thewrestling_realm. You can watch all of our Wrestling Wrealm content anytime on youtube.com/thewrestling realm.